I once heard a man say, you don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. His name is Stu McLaren. Now, I haven't always believed this, but I think Stu is onto something. And in this episode, the very last episode of this season, I want to talk about how Stu's words have changed my life and my business. Let's get it.
Episode 10, 10, 10. Everybody say 10, 10, 10. Episode 10, 10, 10. Episode 10, 10.
Ooh, got like 5 different rhythms in that. You did. Yes. Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it. Let's go. What is up? Listen, if you are tuning in today, whether you have been a faithful listener or this is your first time listening to this podcast, I just want to say welcome to the last episode of this season. I am your host, Kristen KB Newton, and welcome to Connection by Design. Y'all. I can't help it. It's Busta Rhymes. So y'all know nothing about that, okay? I can't help it. It's a song reference, all right?
I am unaware.
I can't help it. It's the DJ in me. I just can't. Speaking of which, literally, y'all, I was thinking about my journey as a DJ recently and how it relates to this episode, because when I first started DJing, y'all, it was just to fill a need. Like, I was working at this youth ministry. The guy who was DJing before me was moving to Philly, like, abruptly. They needed somebody to do the next high school dance thing that they were, hosting. And I just was like, okay, I could just raise some money, get some turntables, and then I'll just do it, right? When I tell you I knew not what I was doing, but it worked out. Oh my gosh, that was like my induction into DJing. But a series of random events, which I've talked about in other episodes about being in a band and becoming a DJ full time and all the things. I remember getting into the band and being on tour and doing our first show and not even really knowing how to do too much other than turn these turntables on. Like, I was always nervous, like, oh my God, is the right cord plugged into the right port? Am I going to hear audio? Like what's going on? Like, I wasn't actually prepared well to be a DJ in a band with an opportunity to perform in front of people full time. But that wasn't the point. I was there and it was what I was called to do and I had to do it. And it just made me think about, this term that I've heard Stu McLaren say, who is a, internet guru guy online. And he's like, you don't actually have to get it right. You just have to get it going. You know just enough to do the next thing. So just do that. And for me, when it came to DJing, like, I didn't know everything there was to know about DJing, but I did know how to turn my turntables on. And by the grace of God, make sure every wire was connected. After that, I was like, as long as I can push play, we are good. And that's what this podcast has really felt like for 2026. Like, I didn't know exactly how all this was going to work out. It's not my first podcast. I've done 2 seasons of a podcast before under Heart Combos, which is available, to listen to if you ever want to go back into the archives of all the things. But a video podcast that looks good with intentional topics and a show producer. What's up, Des? Shout out to Des, who's in the background.
Hey, y'all.
I just, like, I've never really done this way before. And we easily could have been like, okay, we're not going to do it until we know exactly, how to set it up and exactly what it needs to look like and exactly what we're going to talk about and how not to make the Zoom go in and out of focus and how to make sure all the mics, you know what I'm saying, like, or both cameras are synced, or like, baby, we would have never done this podcast. But because we made a decision at the top of the year to just do the thing, we 10 episodes in, which is crazy to me. And I have decided that this is the first season and we done. Like, y'all, this is how things come about sometimes. You just say you're going to do a thing. You make the decision. You cut off all the other options and you go for it. And so I just want to, say that at the top of this episode today. Like, if you're a person who has an opportunity in life, right? And you are in your head. And when I mean in your head, I mean you in your head. And you are mulling over that thing. You are going around and around and around. And you're trying to play every scenario. And you want to make sure that you make the quote unquote right choice. Can I just tell you? the choice might just be to do something. Like, do the next thing. Do the thing that you know how to do. Okay? And for us, we knew how to push record. And that's what we did 10 times. And every episode is different, and we have modified it and shaved off some of the fat and, kept the meat, spit out the bones, like all that kind of stuff. Like, and we have done our best to figure out, okay, this is what the next 10 will be like. And so thank you for just being with us on this journey. I wanted to say thank you to you guys for that, and also just encourage anybody just to make the next step, okay, wherever you are in your journey. Now, as I think about ending this season, we've talked about a lot of different things. We've run, a gamut of topics, I think. The ones that stick out the most, I guess, are the ones that are most recent. What do you think, Des?
All Love Matters.
All Love Matters. Oh, that's your favorite.
It's one of my favorites.
Is that the one with Michelle Obama? That's one we just did, yeah? No, which one is it?
Love at First Sight.
Love at First Sight is Michelle Obama. That was a good one. I really enjoyed that one. I'll tell you why in a second, but you tell me why All Love Matters is yours.
I think it looked the best. I feel like we got the set to look the most complete, and I think it was a topic that was relevant to the moment. It was like in response to something that happened in real life that you came and spoke to. So I really enjoyed All Love Matters.
Is that the one we were singing at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We did the medley. Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Thank you. My God. I was like, girl, what are you talking about?
You may not know, but I sit with these joints for hours and hours.
Come on, you do the thumbnail. She's like, baby, I know what this episode called. I'm like, give me some context. And then you wouldn't even telling me what I was talking about. You know that time you talked about that thing that you did that one time.
I couldn't remember. I just remember it felt good when we did it. It felt real good when we shot that one.
Okay, All Love Matters. I feel like I like Love at First Sight because I was actually responding in real time to something that I had just recently seen. And I was like, I want to talk about this, which I think really informs how I would love to continue to do the podcast. Like, I think at the beginning we thought we needed to have a structure and segments and all these things, which I think are all fine. But it's easier for me to just give y'all my raw reactions to what's going on in the world or conversations that are happening where I feel like I can add either some value or perspective that isn't being highlighted. So that's why I really enjoyed the Michelle Obama clip. I also really enjoyed was the Manosphere one and the Trump one all the same one? I don't know if they're all the same, which is crazy because the documentary came out on Netflix and people are on the internet right now talking about the Manosphere stuff. And I'm like, man, we hit this a few weeks ago. You get what I mean? And we're trying to highlight the fact that the Manosphere has done something right and that they have figured out how to grow an audience of raving, committed, ambassadors, of their cause. Not that we agree, but, they've done something right to get people connected in a really deep and meaningful way to what they're talking about. And I think there's a lesson to be learned there. But that was also one of my favorite. What else?
I always love when you talk about No Trash Friends, and that was episode 2 of this season, and talking about like the cutoff culture. And actually, the cutoff era was about the cutoff culture, and I really enjoyed that one.
Got you. Okay. So we did No Trash Friends. We talked about cutting people off this season. We talked about the Manosphere. We talked about relationships and dating and had a love segment for Valentine's Day. Man, y'all, we've talked about a good chunk of things over this first season. So again, if this is your first episode with us, please go back and enjoy those episodes where we again talk about connection not happening on accident, but happening by design. Every single point of connection that you have or don't have is by design. Whether you're aware of it or not is the difference. And one of the reasons why I do this podcast is because I think people assume that connection just happens. And when it happens, you'll know that it's happening and you'll understand why it's happening. But all of those things are not true. Sometimes people sometimes people think the connection is happening and it's not. Sometimes people are like, no, connection happened. I just don't know what it means. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know where to go from here. Like, people are just uncertain, right? Over the course of this first season, we've talked a lot about relationship dynamics being stuck or being, finding out that there's a level mismatch around expectations and, what to do when that happens, and how the 5 levels of connection framework helps people make sense of the relationships that they have. And all of that is just by design, y'all. There's a reason why your relationships are thriving, and there's a reason why they are not. There are reasons why you keep attracting certain types of people, but then there are reasons why the person that you just wish would look your way and give you the time of day is not. There's a reason why your friend group has been together for all these years, and there's a reason why your friend group disbanded after college. Like, there's a reason why, y'all. It's a reason why you get along with your coworkers. There's a reason why you feel like you don't belong and you're ready to quit your job. Like, there's a reason why connection is working or not working for you. And there's something you can do about it. You can learn the 5 levels of connection framework, and you can understand finally what's happening around you. So again, this season has been incredible. I cannot wait for season 2, because in season 2, drum roll please, we will be having guests. Oh, like, as much as I absolutely love sitting here and talking to you through this camera and having Des on the backside, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I absolutely love even more talking to real people in real time. And it has been really cool to see the types of guests that we'll be featuring in season 2. So if you yourself are like, I love this space and I really have enjoyed this podcast space, there's nothing else like it on the internet, I want to stay connected to KB, I want to continue to be encouraged to champion connection, do connection intentionally, learn the framework and go deeper in it, then there's a couple ways that you can stay connected and be connected to what we have going on here. First, you can always download the Quick Start Guide. We have a 5 levels of connection Quick Start Guide that is just a PDF that will really give you a high level view of the 5 levels of connection framework and show you 3 specific ways that it can work for you. So that's like an easy win right there. The second thing you can do is you can take the assessment that will really help you build out kind of a connection map of all of your relationships and make sense of those people, of the people in your life, and figure out where the heck do these people kind of sit, right? And do those relationships match the expectation or the currency on each of the levels? And then also, you can follow me on social media. You can follow me on Instagram at Kristen KB Newton, right? You can also stay tuned with what we have going on here on the YouTube channel, because season 2 will be coming soon. And I'm trying to think, am I forgetting anything else, Des?
You said follow me on Instagram?
I said follow me on Instagram. I said download the PDF. And I said take the assessment. Anything else?
They can order friend tips.
They can order friend. Oh, friend tips. Okay. I don't know I don't know what year it was, but I wrote a book once. I wrote a couple little what I call baby books. Oh, 2020. Y'all, I wrote this in the pandemic. So in the pandemic, I wrote a book called #Friend Tips. And it's because I was doing an actual video series. I know this is like series are like a thing right now in 2026, for all of the influencers. But in 2020, I was doing this series called Friend Tips, where I would turn on my camera and I would literally go, friend tip. And then I would just say like a statement of sorts. And so let's just pick one. Okay. Okay, so this is friend tip number 34 in the book. So I would go, friend tip, the best way to protect yourself in a relationship is to do the right thing when no one is looking. And that would be it. And then I would smile and that would be the clip. And I don't know, it just kind of took off. People really enjoyed them. So I was like, oh, I should write these down and like put in a book. And I had like 100 at the time. So I was like, well, here go 100 friend tips. So this book is actually available on Amazon. If you type in #friend tips, the first volume is available there. If you want me to send you a physical copy, I guess DM me on Instagram or something, and I can send you one if you'd rather not order it through Instagram, and we'll figure out a way to get it to you. But anyway, fun fact, random. Man, 2020. Wasn't that a year? Anyway, y'all. Okay. It's been a pleasure. I think that's it, right? Is that it? Man, season 1 is officially a wrap. Oof, I am wishing you the best, the absolute best in your relationships. I want them to be deep and meaningful and satisfying. And yeah, these 10 episodes will help you get better at that if you want to go back and rewatch it. All right. Until next time, y'all, I need you to remember, connection doesn't happen on accident. Y'all, it happens by design. I'm Kristen KB Newton. Thanks for listening. Peace.